So you drink water and mind your business. What do you think you're doing? You post on social media on your handles and you tell people, mind your business. What do you think you're doing? Lights, camera, action. Hi, my name is Abna Mandi and you're welcome to my channel. Someone asked me, Abna, can't you replace mental health with anything? I feel uncomfortable when you mention mental health. I actually felt that the person wanted to contribute to what it is that I share on mental health, but deep down, like when our conversation continued, I realized that the person just doesn't feel comfortable mentioning mental health. You know why? Because she thinks that when she mentions mental health, or when you mention mental health, people see you as out, like you're not among us. Let me use the word she used. We were speaking to. She said, okay, can mental health side and Kofuji say, okay, yanum hubi. So in that context, yanum is about down for those who are actually out of hands mentally. And I said to her, Sanka word for one may you see. Ebe mo bi ati ase say we na mpese make ho asema. Enka may you see no. But the fact say say obeka yanum home because you're mentioning mental health, and Okra tells me that there is more work to do on mental health. Seriously, there is more work to do. I didn't know anything about mental health. Nothing, like nothing, not even the mental or the health. The only mental I knew was colo mental, like you're out of hands already. Little did I know, it wasn't even little, nothing. I knew nothing until about 2 years ago that I got to know. And you know how I got to know? It's actually sad that we get to know some of the realest things in life when it's late. I mean, it's always linked to something that you regret for life. You get it? So that is how I got to know about mental health. I got to know about mental health at a point when, whenever I remember, I am going to regret like not knowing anything about mental health until then. Is there any other word to replace mental health that speaks mental health? Well, anyway, so maybe as time goes on, I'll share my journey to finding out what mental health was and how I hopped on the crusade to actually speak about mental health. I've actually been so conscious of my mental health to the extent that I think I'm beginning to scare some of the people around me because of some questions I ask, especially if I meet you new and I see the potential of a friendship in you. Charlie, I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to ask. I think that for now I have stopped, because I even began feeling that it's a threat. Even though that's a red flag. I mean, stopping because I think it's a threat is a red flag, because it may go down to hurt me some way, somehow. But then, sometimes you think about people, their well-being, their welfare, and you sacrifice yours for it. Anyway, I'm going to talk about that right here. So let's hop in. Now, there are 3 things you need to take into consideration when you talk about mental health. It may be more, but today I'm focusing on 3 to save us time, to save us data, to save us time to be ourselves. Yeah. So there are 3 things. Now, the first thing is self-care. Like self-care, caring for yourself, caring about yourself, caring on yourself, in yourself, on yourself, whatever it is. But the focus is self, on yourself. When we were in basic school, our social studies teachers, was it even taught in science? No, I think it's social studies. They taught us self-esteem. Self-esteem. What do you remember about self-esteem from your basic school? Basic school, Namika, don't go and ask Google. Basic school, what did your teacher teach you on self-esteem? You see, that was the basis of conscientizing us to prioritize our mental health. But little did we understand those things that time. We didn't. And for many of us, we still don't even understand the relevance of self-esteem or social studies then. No. We still don't. Now, self-care means that you are making time for yourself. So if it's shaving, you are shaving. If it's skincare, you are doing skincare. If it's shower, you are showering. If it's food, you are eating good food. If it's exercising, you are taking time and making time to exercise. If it's spending time with your family, you are doing that. You're spending time with your family. If it's service to nation or God or people, you are servicing them. If it is making money for yourself, you are making the money. If it is enjoying the money you have made, you are enjoying the money. If it is being comfortable in your space, you are being comfortable in your space. Anything that makes you happy and makes you feel peace in your inner being is what I am talking about. That is self-care. That is self-care. Now, for people who are in relationships, like intimate relationships, is it intimate alone? Or sometimes we even do things for our parents and our siblings that we have to sacrifice ourselves for. That is different. You know why I'm saying that is different? Because they also sacrifice other things for you. And it kind of balances the equation. Viola Davis or Viola Davis? I beg, help me pronounce the name well. Is it Viola Davis or Viola Davis? She said that when it comes to disappointing people and you, when it comes to disappointing people and disappointing you, always, all the time, choose to disappoint the people. Disappoint the people. You know why? Because there is no way you can disappoint yourself and survive. You're disappointing yourself and you're not surviving. I bet you will struggle and you come and regret it. So whenever you have a choice to disappoint people at your expense, feel free to disappoint people. Whenever you think that you have to disappoint Abena Mandi for your comfort, for your happiness, for your inner peace, my dear, feel free, Wate. Feel free. Disappoint me and be happy. Like, I'll be very, very glad to share that story with you. Yes. So we have to normalize other people telling us that I'm not comfortable here, I'm not comfortable there. This is actually nothing compared to leave your comfort zone to grow, leave your comfort zone to explore, leave your comfort zone to make money, to widen your territories. That is growth. That is growth. I mean, that means you are growing. When I was 12, I left my comfort zone at 12 years to grow to 20 years. I had no idea what 20 meant. Like, I had no idea what I'm supposed to do in my 20s. But I grew to 20 and I'm figuring it out. That is growth. I have left my comfort zone at 12. I have left the things I was doing at 12. I've left all of those things. Growth naturally exposes us to other territories. So this is not about my comfort zone. You have to leave your comfort zone. That is growth. So whenever the option of leaving your comfort zone to anywhere else comes to mind, measure the level of growth you are going to get instead. Okay. Now the next thing I want to talk about is make peace with imperfection. This I took from a book I read. I'm going to share the book with you at the end of the video. Make peace with imperfection. If you are prioritizing your mental health, if your mental health is so important to you, make peace with the fact that nothing is perfect in this world, in Ghana especially. I beg, many people no come for me. Especially, yes, in this world, in the universe, nothing is perfect. Nothing. It's beautiful and all, but it's not perfect. So make peace with the fact that life is not fair. Make peace with the fact that everything that you have planned from start to finish may not go that way. And so if the probability of it not going that way becomes higher and actually manifests, make peace with that. Don't work yourself out. Don't die in you before you die outside. That is what I mean by make peace with imperfection. Like I planned my life. Nowadays, everything is even funny. I see videos on TikTok that are saying, but with how I planned my life, now today, I suppose they marry. With how I planned my life, by now, I should own my first 3 houses and ride in my own car. With how I planned my life, by now, I should have about 3 kids. With how we plan our lives, by now, everybody should be a millionaire or a billionaire. No, but none of us will still be hustling. But you see, have you seen that the way you planned your life is not the same way it's going? Yes. Sometimes the way it falls into place. It falls into place. I'll finish my JHS. It's ticked. You complete SHS. Tick. I get into training college. Or you get into university. After university, I get a job. After training college, I get a job. Now, people finish training colleges, they complete universities, and they join unemployed associations. They have to start learning a trade to survive. They have to rely on their parents or their guardians or whoever supported them through school. It doesn't happen to everybody, but it happens to some people. That proves the existence of the fact that nothing is perfect. Life is not fair. In fact, it has not ever been fair. It has never been fair. We were always consoled with the fact that our fingers are not the same. It was not even about consolation. It was about appreciation. It was about the thumb appreciating that I am the thumb. Whatever I do, I can never be the little finger. No. So you have to make peace with the fact that nothing is perfect. You may plan it perfectly well, but it may not end up perfectly well. People plan their weddings perfectly well. They get everything about the event superb. But after that, what happens to some marriages is appalling. What happens to some marriages is nothing to write home about. What happens to some relationships right after the ceremony, it's heartbreaking. So if you are mindful of your mental health, you have to learn to accept that nothing is perfect and that life is not fair. And then the last thing is, don't rely solely on intuition. Don't rely solely on intuition. Now, intuition is your inner knowledge, your inner informant, your inner journalist, the inner being that has been telling you things. So you are there and then you just think, right now my dad is angry at me. My husband is not talking to me. Why? What did I do? Is it because of the food I cooked? Maybe it's because of the slight burn I had. My wife is not talking to me. Has he been engaged with another man? Oh, I know. I know why Akusha is not talking to me anymore. It's because of that in the physical world. Okay, yes, your dad may be angry at you. Yes, your wife may be angry at you. Yes, your husband may not be talking to you. But do you know what's on their mind? Do you know what's on their mind? For all you know, son of Adam, that's gender. So it's because of a man she's not talking to me again. Don't rely on all those informations you are getting. Okay. Now, there's this new song. Is it new? I know by now everybody is used to it anyway. I keep hearing voices within telling me to surrender. If I should surrender, what am I shopping? The voices in us, it's like they have loudspeakers, woofer. They have the sound systems and everything. They can interrupt anything you are doing on the outside world though, Charlie. But what I want you to know is that if you are mindful of your mental health, I didn't say don't trust it though. I said don't rely on it. Check out what science is saying. Check out what the facts are. Check out the truth. Check out if there are statistics involved. Check out the statistics in the physical world. Okay, yes, your dad may be angry at you. Yes, your wife may be angry at you. Yes, your husband may not be talking to you. But you know what's on in their mind? It's you on their mind. You're thinking of your birthday. Yes. And you are also feeding yourself with conversation from your inner person telling you that you're seeing another man. Akusha is not talking to you because of that man. So ask. Stop assuming things. Okay, don't rely so much on your intuitions. Don't rely so much on what you think in your head. Don't rely so much on what is going on in your head. Those things in our head, they can lie, Hey, they say men can lie, but those things in our head, they can lie, papa. So be mindful of what you feed on in your head. The thoughts will come. I'm telling you, it's natural. It occurs to me as well. Yeah, it's natural. But when they come, calm down, find out, check what the science says. For instance, you are a lady, you've had unprotected sex, and that month your period is not coming. 1 week after your due dates, your period is still late, it's not coming, and you start being hyper. Gosh, I'm pregnant. Oh my God, what am I going to do? You can't even study, you can't even socialize anymore, you can't you can't go into your family, you can't mingle with friends anymore, you're always indoors and you're growing lean, you're starving your skin of sunshine and air, and after 2 weeks your period comes. You have gone through all that. I know a lot of ladies go through this. You have gone through all that for nothing. You've gone through all the pressure for nothing. You didn't even check what science has to say about late periods. You have to check to know that change of activities within the month can change your cycle for you. You have to know that those things can change your cycle. The food you eat, you're traveling often this month. At this time, my lights finally went off, so I had to rely on daylight. Yeah, thank God I was just by the door, so I opened up and I had some amount of light. So let's continue. It can change your cycle for you. So don't rely solely on your intuitions. Seek what science is saying. Yibab. Okay, so my lights just went off and I'm just remembering the things I just said in the video, that life is not fair. Me that I need the lights, they have taken it from me. Someone is asleep and their TV is on. They have the lights. Anyway, I prioritize my mental health and I'm making peace with imperfection. I'm making peace with the fact that we may plan successfully, but the plan may not go on successfully. If smile through it all was a person, this is me right here. This just reminds me of who we are, heroes in our own lives. A person who selflessly faces danger head on, risks their life, combats adversity, and is overflowing with ingenuity, courage, and strength. That's who we are, heroes. Anyway, this is a book I told you about. Don't sweat the small stuff. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm out.